All right, music fans, we are back and ready for another deep dive.
Yes, indeed.
And this time we're tackling a song that needs no introduction. I mean, come on. Is Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone?
Oh, yeah, true classic.
You know it. You probably sung along to it a million times. But I'm willing to bet there are some fascinating stories behind this anthem. Things that might surprise even the most die-hard Dylan fans out there.
Well, what's really interesting about this particular song is that it wasn't just a moment of inspiration for Dylan. It was almost like this creative exorcism. So picture this, 1965. Dylan's just back from a grueling tour in the UK, just exhausted, feeling disillusioned with the whole voice of a generation label that had been attached to him.
Yeah, you can only imagine that pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Not exactly the ideal setting for a, light and breezy folk tune.
Exactly, and it's out of that pressure cooker that, like, a Rolling Stone emerges. Now, initially, it wasn't the rock anthem we all know and love. It started as this sprawling 10-page poem.
Wow.
Dylan himself described it as a vomit of emotions.
Okay, a 10-page emotional outpouring. That's
Yeah.
something else. So how did that beast turn into the masterpiece we know today?
Well, it began as a waltz, believe it or not, a slow, almost melancholic piano piece. But when Dylan got together with his band, it took on this whole new life of its own. They experimented, they jammed, and through that process, the rock and roll soul of the song emerged.
It's amazing how a song can evolve so dramatically from that initial idea. But speaking of those studio sessions, I'm getting the sense there's a pretty legendary story here.
Oh, absolutely. So, enter Al Kooper, a young session guitarist. And get this, he wasn't even supposed to be playing on the track. He was just there observing, taking it all in.
So the guy behind that iconic organ riff was just a spectator. How did that even happen?
It was pure serendipity. Cooper saw an opportunity to add something special to the song, and he just went for it. He jumped on the organ and improvised that riff we all know and love.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. But I'm guessing it wasn't as easy as just hopping on the organ and wowing everyone.
You're right, there was some convincing to do. The producer, Tom Wilson, wasn't exactly thrilled with this unexpected organ interlude. He actually had some serious doubts about young Cooper's skills.
I'm trying to picture that doubting the guy who created one of the most recognizable sounds in rock history.
It just goes to show you that sometimes the best moments in music are born out of pure chance and a bit of defiance. Luckily, Dylan loved what Cooper played and insisted that it be front and center in the song.
Dylan always had that knack for recognizing brilliance, even if it came from unexpected places.
Yeah.
Now, those recording sessions must have been electric with all that creative energy. What was the vibe like?
Oh, they were intense. It took them 2 days and over 20 takes to get like a Rolling Stone just right.
Wow.
And thankfully for us music nerds, we have the Bootleg Series Volume 12, the Cutting Edge 1965-1966, which gives us a glimpse into that creative whirlwind. You can actually hear the song evolve, you can hear the frustration, the experimentation, the magic unfolding.
That's gold for any music fan to be a fly on the wall during those sessions. So we've got this 6-minute masterpiece in the can, born from all this creative chaos. But let's unpack the lyrics a bit. Who is Miss Lonely? Is she a real person, a composite, or something else entirely?
Miss Lonely. She's the enigma at the heart of it all. You see, Dylan doesn't give us a straightforward love song here. Like a Rolling Stone is more about resentment, the loss of innocence facing those harsh realities of life, than it is about romantic heartbreak.
Oh, an intriguing paint a picture of Miss Lonely. For me, what's her story?
So she starts off privileged, flaked in diamonds, tossing coins to those less fortunate, living a life of luxury and detachment. But then her world crumbles. She loses her status, her comforts. And Dylan doesn't shy away from painting a stark picture of her downfall.
Right.
And here's the twist, in losing everything, she also finds a certain freedom.
It's that classic fall from grace narrative, but with a really empowering twist.
Exactly. It's as if Dylan is saying that in Hitting Rock Bottom. Miss Lonely also breaks free from all these societal expectations. She's got nothing left to lose, so she can embrace this new, untethered existence. And it really mirrors Dylan's own feelings at the time, that desire to shed expectations, to shed the voice of a generation label, and to forge his own path.
It's like he's saying, hey, even hitting rock bottom can be liberating. It ties into that whole like a Rolling Stone idea beautifully. But it's not just the lyrics that pack a punch musically, like a Rolling Stone, was a revolution.
Oh, absolutely. 6 minutes of electric guitars, that driving organ riff, and Dylan's raw vocals. It was a sonic earthquake that shook the foundations of pop music. And you have to remember, this was 1965. Folk music was the sound of authenticity, and rock and roll was still seen as a bit rebellious, even commercial.
Right, and here comes Dylan, the folk hero, plugging in an electric guitar and creating this audacious hybrid sound.
It was a bold move, a statement that resonated far beyond the music itself. It challenged the norms, and that's what makes the song so enduring. It was a declaration of artistic freedom.
A declaration that had a very specific and very public flashpoint. The 1965 Newport Folk Festival. Dylan takes the stage, plugs in, and chaos ensues.
Oh, it was a cultural clash of epic proportions. Imagine you're a folk purist. You see Dylan as this beacon of authenticity, and suddenly he's wielding an electric guitar. It felt like a betrayal to some.
I'm picturing the scene, the boos, the cries of Judas.
Mm-hmm.
It must have felt like the earth was shifting beneath everyone's feet.
It did, because it wasn't just about the instrument, it was about what it symbolized. Dylan was rejecting expectations, embracing a new sound, a new energy. He was, in a sense, becoming like a Rolling Stone himself.
And in doing so, he changed the course of music history.
He absolutely did. Like a Rolling Stone opened the floodgates. It paved the way for countless artists to experiment, to blend genres, to push boundaries. It was a pivotal moment that we're still feeling the echoes of today.
And it all started with a 10-page vomit of a poem.
It really is a testament to the power of creative evolution. Sometimes the most raw, unfiltered emotions can give birth to something truly groundbreaking.
And that's where we'll leave it for now. But don't touch that dial. We'll be back in a flash to dig even deeper into the legacy of Like a Rolling Stone.
Oh, there's so much more to uncover.
So stay tuned. And, it's mind-blowing to think about it. This song that came from such a place of turmoil ended up becoming this cultural touchstone. It wasn't just a hit, it was like a statement, something that resonated way beyond just the charts.
Yeah, and it resonated because it captured a specific moment in time. I mean, think about it, the mid-60s, huge changes happening, the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, the counterculture revolution, this real sense of disillusionment, questioning authority, searching for something new. And Dylan, with like a Rolling Stone, he gave a voice to that feeling.
He bottled it up and unleashed it on the world. It was like a rallying cry almost. And that's probably why it's still so powerful today. Even decades later, those themes of, alienation, searching for meaning, breaking free from society's constraints, it's all universal, timeless stuff.
Absolutely. The song's power is that it connects with this raw human need to break free, to find your own path, even if it means going against the grain.
Yeah, bucking the system.
And musically, it was groundbreaking. It totally shattered the mold of what a pop song could be.
6 minutes long, in a world of 3-minute radio hits, it's crazy. And those lyrics, poetic, biting, full of imagery and double meanings, Dylan wasn't afraid to challenge his listeners to make them think.
Oh, yeah. And he wasn't afraid to experiment musically either. That blend of folk flues and rock created a sound that was both familiar and totally new. It was raw, energetic, unlike anything that came before it.
And that sound, coupled with those lyrics, had a seismic impact on other musicians. Think about all the artists who were inspired by Dylan, by like a Rolling Stone. It's a lack of rock royalty.
Oh, yeah. From the Rolling Stones to Jimi Hendrix to Bruce Springsteen to Patti Smith, the list goes on and on. They all owe a debt to Dylan's songwriting, his fearlessness, his ability to capture the spirit of a generation.
And it's not even just about direct musical influence. Dylan's impact goes way beyond music. His lyrics have been studied by literary scholars. His cultural impact debated by historians, his words quoted by everyone from politicians to poets.
He's a true cultural icon, and Like a Rolling Stone is arguably his most iconic work. It's a song that has transcended generations, languages, genres.
It's crazy to think that one song, born from this personal crisis, has had such a ripple effect on the world. It's a testament to the power of art to move, to inspire, to challenge, and to endure.
It reminds us that even when you feel lost, like you've got no direction home, you can still create something powerful, something meaningful, something that can change the world.
And sometimes those moments of feeling lost, of being like a Rolling Stone, can be the most liberating of all.
Yeah, because when you have nothing left to lose, you're free to create, to experiment, to redefine yourself. That's the essence of Like a Rolling Stone. It's about the power of reinvention, the beauty of being untethered, the freedom that comes with embracing the unknown.
Now, we've talked a lot about the history, the impact, the cultural significance, but there's one element that's still a bit of a mystery. Miss Lonely, herself. Is she a real person, a composite, a metaphor for something bigger?
That's the beauty of Dylan's songwriting. He leaves room for interpretation. He gives us clues, but he doesn't spell it out for us. It's like he's inviting us to be part of the creative process, to come up with our own understanding of who Miss Lonely might be.
And that's what keeps it so fresh, so engaging, even after all these years. It's a conversation starter, a puzzle that we keep coming back to and finding new layers to.
Exactly. Like a Rolling Stone is a song that grows with you. Every time you listen, you might hear something different, connect with it in a new way.
So as we start to wrap up this deep dive into Like a Rolling Stone, I want to leave you with this thought. Next time you listen to the song, really listen. Put yourself in the shoes of Miss Lonely.
Think about her journey, her fall from grace, her ultimate liberation.
And as you're listening to those lyrics, ask yourself, what really resonates with you? What does it feel like to be on your own with no direction home? A complete unknown like a rolling stone.
Because that's what this song is all about at its core. Embracing the uncertainty, the freedom that comes from letting go of expectations and forging your own path.
And maybe, just maybe, in that feeling of being lost, you find a new sense of purpose, a new direction.
Sometimes being a Rolling Stone is exactly what we need to truly discover ourselves.
It's been an amazing journey really unpacking this iconic song from its, explosive birth in this moment of creative chaos to its lasting legacy like a Rolling Stone, continues to challenge, inspire, and provoke us.
It reminds us that even when we're faced with, disillusionment and uncertainty, we can find liberation, find our voice, and create something truly extraordinary.
So next time you hear Like a Rolling Stone blasting from your speakers, remember it's more than just a song. It's a piece of history, a cultural touchstone.